Afternoon, airsofters. So, I'm sure you've seen me shoot some videos of this before. So, pretty cool 3D printed grenade. Uses some different, devices to make you go bang. So this one, little poppers. I modified it so that we can use these guys right here. Makes it even louder. But pretty cool, pretty inexpensive grenade that you get some neat effects. But what if you don't have a 3D printer? What if you just don't have that capability to do something like this? You gotta build it, you gotta assemble it and all that stuff. What if you just don't want to deal with it? Well, there's this right here. Sorry, close up. But we have this company right here, Gray Market Airsoft. They've done the work for you. And they've seen some of my other videos and they said, hey, can you review our product? And I said, sure, why not? So let's go ahead and we're going to do an unboxing and see what they gave me. Well, we have the box. I had to cut the tape on the box so I could get into it. Well, let's go ahead and open this bad boy up and see what we've got in here. So, as a thank you for doing this, they went ahead and added some extra stuff in here. So let's see what we got. Oh, there it is right here. So, we've got the grenade. It's got a safety pin on it. So, I'd imagine you kind of want to bend this just a little bit so it sticks in there. Kind of loose right now, but that's too easy to do. So, we got the grenade. So, let's compare here. Well, about the same height. They, I'm not sure what infill they printed this at. This one's a little bit lighter. I know I did mine pretty thick, but it's still feels pretty solid. Maybe we'll do some torture tests later on and see how well this thing stands up. But had to have a confession to make. I had to cheat a little bit to figure out how this thing actually works because it's a little bit different. So this isn't the actual box opening here, but the way this works is there is a kind of like a little sear, and it's got little wings sticking off of it, and you push this in. See if I can do it. You push it in, you twist it, and it catches. And then so what happens when you smack it, that sear slips off and then it smashes. And so what you have here is the caps fit in here. And let's see what else they got in here. Hey, look at that, a whole bunch of stuff. So I got some caps right here, more caps. So like the old-fashioned cap guns. So when I was a kid, that's what we played with. Little 8-shot revolvers. But these right here, let's see if we can get one. This one looks like it. Let me sit on here. So it fits right on top of here. Like that. So it fits on there. And then this on that bottom plate in there hits the bottom, pop! They snap. So I do notice, like, unlike this one, it does the safety for this one, it just twists. But this one does have a safety pin in it, so it'll keep it from coming loose. This one could potentially twist around if you got it in a pocket or like a dump pouch or something, and then you got this arm grenade rolling around inside of something, and all it takes is a little bump and it sets it off. This one's got the actual, safety pin. So there are some different tops for it as far as this one goes. Just a comparison, there's one I had them initially printed where it was like looked like an actual, grenade where it had the spoon and the pin and stuff. It just thought about it. It's like, I'm gonna lose that stuff playing airsoft, and I got to reprint it. This one makes it easier. Same thing for this, much easier. This is easy. Grab this, stick this in your pocket, and toss this. You don't have to worry about losing the spoon, which I like that. That's less things that I have to worry about losing or getting broken. So pretty simple concept. Little, sear sits on top of a ledge, gets bumped, spring pushes forward, and then pops these. Let's go test this thing out and see how well it works. So here we are. We're gonna face north. The sun was kind of in my way, facing the other way. So got the grenade here. So I'm gonna have to one-hand this. I'm gonna have to do it rainbow style and pull the pin out with my teeth. But let's give it a go. All right, got that pin out. So it's not popping in my hand, so that's a good thing. Let's switch hands here. I'm gonna set this thing down so I can toss it with my right hand. All right, here we go. Let's see how it goes. Hey, there was. That's not too bad. Works. So it impacted, blew up. Seems to be a pretty good product. And I know that they did say, because I was talking to them when they contacted me, that I think they do have an alternate for to use those adult poppers, but they didn't send me any adapter for it. But definitely works with the caps, like the 8-ring caps for the cap guns. But yeah, pretty cool device, especially if you don't have a 3D printer. Oh, speaking of, if you do want to just go ahead and make this yourself, on Colts 3D, they sent me the link. They did give me that option, you know, go ahead and print your own, but I wanted to test out what they had made. So this is it. Let's throw it one more time, and we'll give it a good chunk and watch it go. Then maybe we'll do some torture tests. So one other thing I wanted to mention before we put another, you know, some more caps on there is these little teeth right here. So that other grenade that I 3D printed myself, it had the same concept where it used the little 8-ring caps. The only issue is, and maybe this is just the material I use, that those, you know, after one, maybe 2 times, those little teeth would break off. This one seems to be pretty solid. Maybe it's just the material that they use. Maybe they use like PETG or something. Nylon. I'm not sure what material they use to print these, but seems to hold up. One of the things they did give me was they gave me multiple of these. I'm not sure if that's going to come in the standard package. Like I said, they gave me a bunch of stuff just to say thank you for trying this out. But let's go ahead and throw this one more time. All right, caps are all loaded up. The one thing I did notice is when there's tension on the spring in there and that thing's, you know, charged and ready to go, that there's a little more friction on that pin. So it's in there pretty good. I don't feel like that thing would fall out. So let's go ahead and chunk this one, see if I can do this one-handed. Nope, I gotta set this down. Hey, give me 1 second. All right. Almost. All right, there we go. All right. For the second time. All right, here we go. All right, frag out. Oh, it didn't go off. Well, that's okay. Let's pick it up. Let's see if we can get it to go off again. I know sometimes, like even with the ones that I made, that little sear, it just doesn't slip off. So let's try it again. There we go. But that's okay. But still pretty cool. All right, let's see how well this thing can stand up. I think I'm gonna back my car over it and see how strong it is. Let's see. All right, let's go try that out. All right, I know I said I was gonna back the car over it, but let's take it one step at a time. So first, here's my the side of my shed you guys are all used to. So I'm just gonna chuck this thing as hard as I can at the side of the shed and see how it goes. All right, here we go. I'm gonna chuck this thing like a fastball right into the side of my shed and see how what kind of impact resistance it has. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right. So I did notice, you know, chunking it as hard as I could, chipped some of this away right here. So I don't know how well this would hold up getting run over by a car, as the outer wall doesn't look like it's too thick on here. So looking at this, at the infill pattern, looks like gyroid maybe. So that's a pretty sturdy gyroid or lightning maybe. It's hard to tell, but pretty sturdy infill. Not sure if I trust it to get run over by a car with it chipping like that with just chucking at it. But I'm sure with, you know, purchasing one of these, the intent is not to, you know, fastball pitch it straight into a hard wall. But maybe these guys could take it and look at some R&D and, you know, make V2 and make it a little bit stronger on the bottom. But overall, just kind of first impressions, pretty cool device. But like I said, they do have this available on Colts 3D, and nothing saying you can't download this and make it at 100% infill, and you know, make it extra durable. But well, let me know what you guys think, and let the company know what you think of watching this video. And I'll see you guys for my next airsoft video here in the future. All right, thanks for watching.